moving on to our fourth album. This is Adagio by Stella. Not Itella. Stella with a sigma. So this was Kiley's pick. So over you.
Yeah, Stella is someone that a friend of mine got me into with the break in 2020. She's I still haven't figured out if she's still in Greece, but Athens born, and she brings a lot of that Mediterranean flair and instrumentality to her. I would say synth pop, bedroom pop, traditionally what she's been, and Adagio, the new one, really, I think fully dives into her Mediterranean upbringing with, two of the songs, Tav Tavumata, that's my Greek, and Amorpho Mu, also sung in Greek, which, the records I've listened to by her, I don't recall her singing in Greek very often. So it's cool to have that. Baby Brazil, I think, is one of the catchiest songs I've heard in a while. I would love to, sample that. And, that one's begging for a remix there. And then Corfu Caravan, I think, also great. Overall, this is like the flip side of Summer of Sleigh Bells, where Sleigh Bells is like the rowdy pop fun. This is the afternoon's happy hour breeze here. I think if you haven't heard Stella before, kind of shares that the sound in the same vein as like Khruangbin sometimes, but I think she's a little more varied than they are. So yeah, I think my one complaint about this record is the runtime. It's like 27 minutes long. Like an old Weezer record or something that's just a little too short. But yeah, give me a little more. I'd be down for it. I really liked it.
Are you down for it? Did you like it, Karl?
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be another one I was going to have trouble pronouncing. Was getting ready to call them
Stella!
Auto Some Stella, like the XL side. But yeah, this was another great Kiley pick. So good at getting these artists and records like on my radar that I would probably never hear about otherwise. And yeah, I think Stella and Greek pop, maybe not something I've ever listened to, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this record. Yeah, as you say, just flies by, 26, 27 minutes, great mix of sounds and styles, really kind of intricately crafted as well, and yeah, like you say, Kylie, now we're getting into that sunnier weather. It's exactly the type of thing I want to be listening to. I think, the title track, really like playful opener, got this, the salsa rhythms going. A Morphu Mu. Again, I might not pronounce that right, but that's probably my favorite song on here. Which, yeah, funnily enough, reminded me a bit of Foals with like the synths and the plucky guitars, which, thinking about it now, I guess sort of makes sense because Yanis from Foals is Greek heritage too. So it must be something in the Mediterranean Sea there.
Different scales.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, 80 Days on the flip side, much more stripped back. It's mainly just Stella and an acoustic guitar. Too Poor, this lovely synth pop song. It's got a like air of melancholy about it. And then you get Corfu, like this lovely instrumental in the same vein. What I would say about that track is maybe it does border slightly too close to like hotel elevator music. But it's it's one that like the groove is enjoyable nonetheless. But it's definitely got that vibe about it. And then Caravan, I think, is another one you mentioned. That's probably the one with the biggest Greek influence coming through. What sounds like a mandolin or maybe like a Spanish guitar or one of those kind of instruments. But yeah, not too much more to say. I think it's just a very, very short and sweet little project. Definitely one for like easy listening during the summer, like you said, Kylie. And yeah, just grateful again for bringing, some of these more obscure picks onto my radar.
I can only echo what you guys are saying, really. Yeah, like I actually think it's a fully formed sounding 27, or it is a very short album, as you say, but there's so much kind of packed into it that it doesn't feel like too brief and then it's gone. It feels like, and I don't know how, because that's illogical, but that's how it sounds to me, like a fully formed, really well thought out album. And yeah, exactly what you say. Those kind of, if Sleigh Bells is kind of getting ready to go out for the evening and a few beers on the terrace, then yeah, Stella is very much that kind of on the sun lounger, too hot to move, and just that stillness in the air, with just some lovely, and I suppose, maybe calling to mind some of the European holidays, been lucky to have in the past. So yeah, bringing me back to that sort of vibe where just be saying, yeah, I've been to a Greek island once before and would love not just a nice kebab. And then to listen to this, it's just really intricately put together music. Reminding me, so Adagio reminds me a bit of one of your previous picks, Kylie, of Helado Negro. I thought that song in particular. Sure. Which, incredibly hooky groove for this, about an obsession with someone. There's quite a lot of lyrics about kind of love on the record. But yeah, that is one of the highlights for me, as well as 80 Days, which I thought was a bit Haim-like. Loved the vocal performance on this one. And talking about around the world trip with someone. And then Close a Caravan, which again, just so hooky. And conveying that overriding desire to travel. There's a lot about placemaking in this album as well. Within, I think is it 9 tracks. So with Baby Brazil, as you referred to, Kylie said, there's a lot about place, and sometimes I couldn't tell whether the lyrics are referring to a place or to a person, and using the place as an allegory. So yeah, I quite liked that intrigue on the lyrical side of things. And yeah, Can I Say is my other sort of big standout, I would say, which I found very hushed and atmospheric, with fairly heartbreaking lyrics in this one. You're the best I ever had, so please come back. I feel so sad. And it's kind of a fairly dream pop style kind of arrangement on that one. Going back to your comment, Karl, I would say Corfu is the only one which sort of dips, even though it does have the Doors-like organ sound on it, and a bit of Guero, which you don't get the Guero on many much music these days, so I appreciated that. But it does, yeah, slightly not hit the mark as much as the rest of the tracks on this album. And yeah, just something completely left field, as Karl remarks, is often what you bring to the table, Kylie, and on this occasion, really has resonated with both of us. And so I think that's probably the most united now we've been on an album.